What's keeping you today from doing the things you want to do? Today, I want to talk a little bit about the group thing. It is the group thing, the thing that the phenomenon that I believe is robbing many people of their dreams, the things they want to do. Although certain groups do focus on growth, there's this thing about this group thing nowadays that is keeping people and the middle class in a certain spot. So let's explore that really quickly today in a very short time period. I'll be talking about this a little bit more, but have you found yourself stuck in the group thing? Meaning, all right, I'm gonna do what the group says. I'm gonna buy that new car, I'm gonna buy that new jewelry, I'm gonna buy that new watch, I'm gonna buy that new thing, just because folks in that group are doing it. I'm gonna do something I cannot afford because I think the group is right. And while that may sound like it's something of an interesting phenomenon, and some people may disagree and others may agree, you can either go broke with a group or become successful with a group. So what are the clues that you're becoming successful? Perhaps you're working on a business model, you're working on an opportunity, and that's helping you to grow. You're reading books. Those types of groups, right, help you to become successful. You're talking about investing, you're talking about a bunch of other things. But here's the other side of that coin. The other side of that coin is that group that says, you know what, I've got a party this week, I've got an event this week, I've got this thing I'm going to buy this week, I just leased a car this week. Well, if you leased a car this week, I'm going to lease my car next week. I was talking about it the other day, it's the shiny object syndrome, right? It's a group thing. It's a dynamic in a group. It happens when people in a group feel like they're not keeping up because the group is getting ahead. Yes, it's taking something you cannot afford and paying it in 4 easy payments, right? And I'm going to give you a little tip. If you can't afford something twice in cash, then you can't afford it. What you're doing is you're robbing your future self to have something that's going to be a depreciating asset today. I'm not going to talk about finances today. What's a depreciating asset? Look it up. The groups can either help you become successful or they can help you become below average. Why? Because while you're looking and shining and you're putting on that uniform, and when I'm talking about the uniform, I'm talking about the new shiny car that you can't afford. You know, when you go to a dealership and they manipulate the money because what you say is, you know what, I can't pay that much a month. I'd rather get a monthly payment rather than know how much I'm going to pay. That's the group thing. It's because you want it. It's because everybody else is getting one. It's because if you don't get one, you're going to look like you're the oddball. That's the situation going on. The financial industry has created a tremendous psychological effect in groups in the last 10, 15, 20 years that I've never seen before. People used to be afraid to get in debt. Now it's just, you know what? Let's do monthly payments. Let's do weekly payments. That's easier for my pocket. In the end, what they end up doing is paying much more than they could afford. But it's monthly payments. It's weekly payments. Who cares, right? So I'm going to invite you today to look at where you are, right? And find some new friends. Find some new groups to hang around with. Get together with a group of people who have decided to move forward, to do different things, to become different, not to become average. Because what's happening in America today and all around the world is something very clever the financial industry has realized. Is people would rather rob from their future selves right? Think about this. People would rather rob from their future selves than to be seen as someone who is not, who doesn't have that new car, doesn't have that new dress, doesn't have that new suit, doesn't have all that new shiny stuff. Why? Because the group effect, the group is doing it. Because if the group does it, we got to do it, because we're going to stay behind because of that fear of missing out. The fear of missing out is what's keeping people in America broke. So I'm going to invite you to find a new group, find new people to hang around with, people who lift you up, people who don't get upset when you do something that's out of the norm in that group. Find a group where you can work together to build something for one another, to help each other. And that's my message for today.